Hello and welcome to JRock's Pop Culture Revolution. Actually, folks, this is what we're calling behind the scenes of JRock's Pop Culture Revolution. Um, it's a show where we tell you a little bit about how we put the show together, behind the scenes stories about some of the episodes we've done in the past. And so, you know, tomorrow morning, in fact, is when our next our next episode of JRock's Pop Culture Revolution is going to roll out. Episode number 25, to be exact, folks. We have now done 25 of these pop culture related shows, and it's been a truckload of fun for me. And I, of course, am your host, Jason JRock Houston. And the episode we're going to roll out tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. exactly, folks, is a great show that I did with a great friend of mine, Ben Hicks. Ben is a director and writer, a very creative guy. He's very much involved in the movie industry. So I thought he'd be the perfect guest to have on the show for tomorrow's episode. Ben just last weekend recorded an episode with me, and what it is Ben and I each thought it'd be fun to we each pick our top five list of the greatest classic TV theme songs of all time, classic TV show theme songs, that is. And what's interesting, I'll just give you a little kind of inside uh, look before the episode premieres tomorrow. What's really fun and interesting is that Ben and I did not pick a single song that's like on both of our lists or anything. Each of us had a totally different list. And what's fun about this is that my list, I kind of went into detail and shared some of the reason. I explained a little how I came up with my list, and then what's really kind of fun to watch is when I came up with the idea to do this episode of my favorite classic TV theme songs. I really kind of had an idea of what I thought was going to be on my list, but then I realized, okay, because the show is only like 30 minutes for time restraint reasons, okay, it'd be best, let's kind of limit it to our top five. Me and Ben would each pick our top five favorite classic TV show theme songs. Now, quite not really easy to do when you could, just doing the research, I found out there's well over um, 200 classic TV show theme songs. So limiting it down to five, it was a bit of a chore, but I will tell you, I'm not going to reveal any of the songs on my list or Ben's list. You guys are going to have to tune into the episode tomorrow and find out. But I will tell you this. For example, of my list, there were two songs that I really thought would be included on my list, but because, like I said, for time restraint reason and limiting it to only our top five songs, there are two songs that I really thought would make my list. I got pushed off my list, and I decided to include two other songs. And so we get into that, and I think what you guys will really enjoy about the episode is realizing just how many great theme songs, classic TV show theme songs that we could have included. I think you'll be interested in the ones that we each did include. And like I said, Ben and I each had a totally different list. There's not a single song that me and him both picked or anything like that. So Ben's top five list and my top five list are very different, but I think you'll be impressed when we reveal our top five list to each of us. And I got the idea to do this because I'd previously done another pop culture show called Garb Boris's Time Machine. That show, kind of came to an end in 2025, which why I decided when I launched JRock's Babylon that I was going to have a pop culture show. I didn't know exactly what I was going to do, but in fact, we launched this very show, JRock's Pop Culture Revolution, in September of 2025. And like I said, up until this point, we've rolled out 25 episodes. So that's quite an accomplishment. And, first of all, once I decided to launch JRock's Babylon, which is the channel that this show originated on, my own channel on YouTube, I had to come up with a name. I'd kind of known for a while that I had a feeling the other show was going to end, but I still want to do a pop culture show of my own. So I thought, okay, let's put your name in the title of the show, JRock. For the last 17 years, I've been known as Jason JRock Houston. In fact, people on their very own, without me even prompting them, started referring to me as JRock. And even when I get emails from people, hey, JRock, how you doing? Um, and so I thought, okay, that we're going to include a JRock name um, in the title of the show. And I came up with the pop culture revolution. I thought, that rolls off your tongue. It's a cool sounding name. And so we had a name for our show before we even, which was very important. You need a name for a show. So I knew what I was going to call it, had a flashy name, which is very important when you're going to do a show like this. Now the next kind of thing I had to do was come up with a flashy looking background. Now, I'm not really the artistic type, but I was able to kind of take advantage of AI technology, and I come up with this beautiful, simple looking but beautiful background here. And once I came up with this, you notice a Rubik's cube. There's floppy disk, CD, in this background that I've created. And these are all things like throughout my lifetime were once very big, very like a Rubik's cube. I mean, that's something that dates back to the 1980s, but that's very much considered like a retro thing. CDs too, I mean, I have a huge CD collection, so CDs have been a big part of my life. Computers, so I have the look, I have the image now, and now, like I said, so September 2025 is when we launched this very pop culture show, JRock's Pop Culture Revolution. I've had a blast doing it since episode 1, and so a big part of my growing up, I love watching a lot of these shows I talk about: Happy Days, Three's Company, Laverne and Shirley, Taxi, Good Times, Sanderson, The Jeffersons, just to name a few, folks. Give you an idea of the type of stuff I watch. The Flintstones, okay. A lot of these classic TV shows I mentioned, big part of my life, and many of these songs I mentioned, I remember growing up, like I would be so into the theme songs. You'd get ready the opening of the show every week, like for example, Happy Days. For example, Rock Around the Clock was a theme song for a while. Then they had their own Happy Days song. So I remember like watching every Tuesday night. I'd be getting ready for Happy Days, and as you'd see the opening credits rolling, I'd be singing along to the song, and then to go to commercial break, and I'd be ready for an episode to start. It get me in the mood. I mean, so that's why I got the idea to do the episode on the classic TV show theme songs. There's just so many of them, and what I realized right away is, like I told Ben towards the end of the episode, Ben, this was really a lot of fun to do. Had you come on and we each pick our own top 5 list of our favorite classic TV show theme songs. I said, though, Ben, as you probably discovered, there's so many great theme songs. It's kind of limiting to only come up with the top 5 list. But I said, we could welcome you back, Ben, and do a future episode and talk about some more great classic TV theme songs. That's something we may do on future episodes, because I think it allows the opportunity to keep talking about all these great classic TV theme songs, So that's something to look forward to in the future. Now, another fun thing you guys may get a kick out of in regards to the latest episode of JRock's Pop Culture Revolution, like I said, is rolling out tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. On the JRock TV network. I got to thank my good friend Tom Collier, who I used to host the This Is Metal show with, for allowing me to move our show over to the JRock TV network. And we want to thank Tom and all the great folks at JRock Music Group for making that happen. it's just going to allow us to have a larger audience for one thing, and so I really appreciate that opportunity. But anyways, last weekend, after recording the episode, there were some technical difficulties, but I was able to fix it. But another fun thing you guys are going to enjoy getting a kick out of is that, being that this is Easter week, I thought, hey, why not? So you're going to get the episode tomorrow morning that rolls out at 8 a.m. on the classic TV theme songs. So look forward to that. But being Easter week, I thought, why don't we roll out a bonus episode on Easter Sunday? So you guys are going to have that to look forward to too. And it's really kind of Easter themed. I mean, and we've already did our previous episode on the Easter Beagle, Charlie Brown. I hope you've tuned into that. That was a fun one. But anyways, when I recorded the episode just this last weekend for the special Easter episode that's going to roll out on Easter Sunday, I'm glad that before I sent the link off to JRock to post on their website, upload it onto their page, I thought I better check back and make sure that everything is was recorded properly and everything. Because as I was recording the episode, everything seemed to be running fine. Well, I go to play back what I just recorded. You guys aren't going to believe this. Like it's happened one other time before. I don't know what was going on because it seemed to be like it was recording, but I go and play back the video that I just shot, and you're not going to believe this. Once again, the video was beautiful, but there was no audio. I could not hear it. There's no sound. So, okay. Oh my God. Okay. I was so furious, but, and again, I recorded like late at night, about 9:30, 10 o'clock before I get ready to go to bed. Cause I got to get early in the morning and go to my day job, folks. Well, I discovered no audio. Again, I wanted to roll this special episode out in time for Easter Sunday. So I said, you know what? Again, I don't know why I didn't record the audio, but let's do it again. But in a way, things maybe happen for a reason, because I tell you, when I recorded the episode the first time, as great as an episode as I thought it was, I got a little tongue-tied, and so in a way, maybe it happened for a reason, as they say. So I went back and had to re-record the show. This time, audio and video was beautiful. I was able to send it off. So Easter Sunday, also at 8 a.m., you guys can check out a special Easter edition of JRock's Pop Culture Revolution that we're going to roll out for you. Now, in kind of theme of that, we're doing the behind the scenes of JRock's Pop Culture Revolution show tonight, and this is episode number 3. And so I thought, since Easter's right around the corner, when we're talking a lot about Easter this week, and you're going to have a special Easter episode, I thought it'd be really fun, folks, to kind of, for the rest of the episode tonight, to kind of give you a little history. And this was fun because I learned some stuff here that I did not previously know. And that's another fun thing I enjoy about doing these episodes, is that sometimes, even in just talking about pop culture, we can learn things about history in a real fun way. And that's one of the things I hope that I've been able to accomplish with the show. I think I have, but you're going to love this tonight. So I thought for the rest of tonight's episode, let's kind of talk about the origins and the history of the story of the Easter Bunny. And you're not going to believe what I found out. So, okay, so listen up, folks. Now, the story of the Easter Bunny is a wonderful mix of religion and cultural evolution. Now, here's what I'm talking about. The origins of the Easter Bunny, believe it or not, fun, interesting fact is that the story of the Easter Bunny doesn't come from the Bible, but rather it comes from European folklore. We're gonna get into what exactly I'm talking about, folks. The story of the Easter Bunny can actually be traced back to Germany, of all places, where a mythical hare called the Osterhose Easter hare, regarded as the earliest form of a modern day Easter bunny, which dates back to, get this, 1682. So I had to go all the way back to the 1600s, which is actually when the Easter Bunny story originated. Wow, I had no idea. This is something I kind of was thinking about doing today because I thought Easter's around the corner. I of course, like most people, we know about the Easter Bunny, but I always kind of wanted to know what exactly is the story. How did this story about the Easter Bunny originate? And man, you're not going to believe it. This is some real fun stuff. Um, okay. So it says early children would build nest for the Easter hare, like modern Easter baskets, where the hare would leave eggs. Wow, wow. I mean, again, I, I've always wanted to kind of know this, and all I had to do was just kind of fingertips away from me. I just went and looked it up on the internet, a very reliable source. I will say that. So it's fun that I'm so proud I learned this stuff today. Okay, so it said the Easter hare is tied to ancient spring symbolism because of the fact that rabbits and hares are known for rapid reproduction. So they naturally became symbols of fertility and new life. Now, again, Easter is a holiday that takes place in the springtime. So naturally, it would make sense. The Easter Bunny was a symbol of, like I said, rebirth, new life, springtime symbolism. And really, another interesting thing, as we all know, Easter also, of course, is to celebrate the resurrection of Christ. If you know anything about your Christianity and your religion and that, and what Easter is all about, and we're going to get into some of that now, which I really just, man, I was amazed by what I was able to learn here tonight. Now, why eggs? Okay, how you ever wonder? Well, I know, like as you know, I recently watched It's the Easter Beagle, Charlie Brown, and one of the funniest parts of that classic Easter movie is the fact that Peppermint Patty cannot figure out how to properly color Easter eggs. Well, okay, if you want to know more about that, you can check out the episode 24 to be exact, folks, of our show on the Easter Beagle, Charlie Brown. But my point here is, you ever wonder how come eggs are associated with Easter? Well, this is what we found out tonight, and you're just gonna be totally amazed. So, why eggs, you ask? Okay, eggs symbolize new life and rebirth, which aligns with both springtime and Christian Easter themes. Makes kind of some sense if you think about it. The medieval European times, eggs were forbidden during Lent. So it said because a special treat for Easter. So again, let's in case I wasn't clear here, it said in medieval European times, eggs were forbidden during Lent. And because of being forbidden during the medieval times, eggs became a treat to hand out during the Easter holiday. Wow, who would have known that religion even played a role in eggs and Easter? Who would have thought, huh? Now, here's the most interesting fact of all that I learned tonight. This is going to boggle your mind, but decorating eggs dates back centuries when children dyed them red to represent the blood of Christ. As I said, Easter celebrates the resurrection of Christ, Jesus Christ. So originally, they used to just dye the eggs red to represent Christ's blood, you know. So again, I think as time went on, I mean, even if you look at the modern day Easter Bunny, people don't just color their eggs red; they color probably every color of a rainbow, and that's kind of a modern thing, but just kind of interesting to kind of realize that, folks. And so again, I was just kind of totally amazed to learn this stuff. So I want to thank everybody for tuning in tonight to kind of hear about the latest episode of JRock's Pop Culture Revolution. It's going to be episode number 25 that rolls out tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. So tune in and check that out. And I hope we are able to not only entertain you, but educate you a little on the origins of the Easter Bunny story. We did that, tonight in episode number 3 of Behind the Scenes of JRock's Pop Culture Revolution. I've been enjoying doing this, these kind of behind the scenes shows and talking a little bit about how we put the show together. It's fun. And I think it'll give you more insight and appreciation for the shows we do. And, and what I always try to do is I like to end each episode of our show kind of letting you guys know what lies ahead. So we have the episode tomorrow rolling out at 8 a.m. on JRock TV on the top 5 list by me and Ben Hicks on our top 5 list of greatest classic TV theme songs. Then on Easter Sunday, we're going to roll out a special Easter episode for you. I don't want to reveal too much, but it's Easter themed, and I think you guys going to get a kick out of it. Well, okay, so that'll bring us up. The episode on Easter Sunday is going to be episode number 26. So next Thursday, when we return with our regular episode, as we do every Thursday, that'll be the rollout for episode number 27, which is going to be one of my all-time favorite classic horror films. Of course, talking about The Invisible Man, classic horror film by Universal in the 1930s. That's going to be a fun one to talk about. So we have a lot of exciting things coming up for you guys. Thanks again for tuning in to tonight's episode of Behind the Scenes of JRock's Pop Culture Revolution. We will see you again real soon. Bye for now.